Hello and welcome to Google Plus is Taking Off, how you can benefit. My name is Kath Luthi and I'm the founder and owner of webdesign.sales.com.au. My company helps small to medium businesses to make more money from their websites. So we create and improve websites, we use search engine optimization techniques to help you get found on Google, as well as pay-per-click advertising campaigns to make you that instant sale. We also help you get more exposure with social media with our social media all done for you packages. So if you're currently frustrated with the results that you're getting from your website, why not give me a call on 04 344 23641 or simply head over to our website webdesign.sales.com.au for a wealth of free information on how you can get the biggest bang from your buck online. You might have also come here through another little business venture of mine, which is Women Winning at Work, which is a platform I currently use to share free information with other women who strive to achieve more. And that might be in their businesses or in their careers or just simply in their lives. And I'm really very excited to be here today with Wendy Moore from Savvy Web Women, who is going to talk us through how to use Google Plus and why it is so incredibly powerful. You've probably heard of Wendy Moore before. She's fairly famous throughout Australia, and I like to call her Melbourne's Queen of Social Media. She's a sought-after speaker, a best-selling author, and above all, an inspiring businesswoman who helps other businesses put more cash in their pocket using Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google+, and so forth. With her newest venture, DIY Social Media for Business, Wendy helps small business owners use social media and learn it in their own time. So DIY Social Media for Business is an online membership program that allows you to discover how to use social media to make more money in your own time, when and where it suits you. So without further ado, here is Wendy Moore.
Thank you very much. Yes, very excited to be here talking about Google Plus today because it's going to take off and it's already starting to take off. So
yeah, and that's great news because you'll talk us through everything. But the great thing about Google Plus is that we're already on Google anyway, so you don't have to go anywhere else to actually participate, right?
That's right. And that's what I'm going to cover today when we're talking about Google Plus is how it's now ingraining itself into pretty much all of our online browsing experience, which is pretty exciting stuff.
Absolutely. So, Wendy, it's your show.
Okay, well, I do have slides, and let's see if we can get them. Right, there you go. So I've got a computing degree. I'm a published author and an international best-selling author. Got an honourable mention in the Cool Company Awards. Let's go really quickly through this. And here I am with my beautiful now husband. For my 40th birthday, I wanted to go to Paris and have dinner at the top of the Eiffel Tower. So we went to Paris. When we got there, it was closed for renovations. So that was a little bit disappointing. We have been back since, but love to go to Paris and did go there for my birthday. So just to summarise, I'm an online strategist, international best-selling author, and this is myself and my beautiful husband. We got married in November last year at the Lake House in Daylesford, and that was a beautiful day. So today we're going to talk about Google Plus, and then let's just talk about social networking. So there's over 470 social networking sites out there, and they're coming in all the time. Google Plus is the latest one that's hit our radar, and we really should be taking notice of it, and there's good reason to do that, which I'll demonstrate to you in just a moment. So why use social media? We mentioned Facebook before. Australians spend more time on Facebook than any other country, and 1 in 9 on the planet are now using Facebook. So there's definitely a huge market reach there. 78% of consumers trust peer recommendations and only 14% trust advertisements. So yourself, think about when you are looking to buy a product or take up a service or looking to do business with somebody, we tend to, as humans, it's just our human nature, we'll tend to go and seek a recommendation. And this is where social media is huge. And Google and Google Plus are just adding massive dimensions to this mix. And 57% of Australians have watched online videos to help them decide about a product or a service. Now, those listening who might not know, Google own YouTube, and YouTube is now the #1 search engine. YouTube has actually passed Google as the #1 search engine now. So video is absolutely massive, and Google Plus are incorporating video into part of their functionality, and I'll demonstrate that in just a little while. So why use Google Plus? Well,
Wendy, I hate to interrupt, but I still have your first slide up here.
I do?
I do.
Oh.
Is it just me?
They're not going through?
No. Not for me at the moment. There, now.
How about that?
Yeah, better.
Oh. All right, well, here we go. Resume slideshow. From current slide. Is that going to work? Okay, so I might just have to hit escape for a second and come back in. From there, here. Having a lot of fun with technology today, aren't we? Current slide. There you go. Now, can you see why Google Plus? Can you see that slide?
Yes, got it.
Excellent. Just gone back one. Okay, so this is the stats I was just going through there. So why Google Plus? The days it took for users, registered users on the social media platforms of Google Plus, Twitter and Facebook are shown here in this graph. Now, Google Plus took only 16 days to reach 10 million users. Twitter took 780 and Facebook took 852. So 16 days to reach 10 million users gives you some indication of the absolute breadth and the uptake of Google Plus amongst online users. It's just absolutely massive. So why Google Plus? It's currently at 90 million users. By the end of last year, it was around about, they were talking about the 62 type million user mark. The stats that have come out in January of this year are 90 million registered users on Google Plus, and they're adding 625,000 users a day. So in December, and we're only just in Feb, so still at the start of 2012, in December last year, Google doubled its traffic in a single month. Now, this is something that people should be taking note of. Google has the power to start to incorporate Google Plus into your browsing experience, and they've started to do this. One of the key ways that they're able to do it is because they own the Android platform. So pretty much everybody listening to the call or watching the webinar today is likely to have a form of a smartphone. And by smartphone, we're talking about your iPhone, your Samsung, your BlackBerry, your HTC, all of these smart devices, even the various tablets. Obviously, not an iPad because that's an Apple brand, but where it's an Android, so that's not an iPhone, where it's Android, Google are looking to roll out their functionality and the ability to be on Google Plus as part of that. And in fact, now, for you to use any of the Google products in the Google stable, so think about if you're on Gmail, or you might be using Google Docs or Google Calendar, or all of these different bits and pieces that they have in their application stable. Now, if you want to use any of those, you have to register a Google Plus account. So they're making you use their social media platform. And it makes sense that these guys pretty much have the biggest search engine on the planet, that if you want to be favoured or get your results ranked, that you do get on board with Google Plus and start populating your profile on there and sharing your information. Now, one of the changes, because Google have been changing their algorithms or the way that search results are returned for quite some time, and they made extensive changes in 2011, and they're still moving these changes through, because what Google is trying to do is make sure that when you get online and you use their browser as the way to search for something, that you get the best, most current, up-to-date and relevant results, which makes sense, right? And what they're trying to do is eliminate the people that may have been using some of the methods that weren't quite above board, called often you'll hear it called as black hat. They want people that are offering great content, because Google make their money by people using their service, and you're not going to use the service if what's returned, i.e. the results that are returned, are out of date or they're not relevant. Okay, so what they've done is with their algorithms, they've started to favour something called Authorship Markup, came out in 2011, where as an author, and anyone listening to this webinar, consider yourself as an author from the perspective of being seen as an expert at what you do, being seen as an expert in your niche, and sharing that content. So if you write articles, you might be sharing newsletters, whatever it might be, you need to be doing that in the first instance, but you also need to be telling Google that that's what you're doing, that you own this content and you're the author of that content. Because I'm not sure if you've noticed, when you currently go and do a Google search, there's little pictures of people now coming up against the search results. You'll see little faces and things, and they're the pictures of people that have either been the author of that content, or they've gone and they've what's called a +1, which is, if you talk about it from a Facebook language, it's liking a page or liking something that's been shared. In Google world, you +1 it, and we do talk about that a little bit later on. So it's now really important.
Excuse me for interrupting, but could I just ask you a question? So how does Google know that I'm the author? How do I do that?
Okay, the quickest and easiest answer is go and Google Authorship Markup. There's a video there from a couple of guys, Matt Cutts and another guy from Google, that do demonstrate what to do. Basically, you need to put some code on your website that says rel equals author and tells Google that you're the author of that content on your website or your blog where you're sharing that initial content. And then in Google+, in your Google+ profile, you need to put a link back to that content. Now, it's a little bit roundabout, and it's going to be easiest if you go and Google it and look at exactly what you need to do.
Okay, thanks very much.
So that's how people, it's quite complicated and technical. You probably need to sit down in front of it and read it. But go and Google it and find the information. There's a few blog posts that have been written about it. That's the easiest way to do it. But I'd suggest to everybody, go and do it, because another change that Google introduced at the start of this year, and they're starting to roll it out, is called Search Your World. And what that means is, anytime anybody on the planet does a search and they use the Google platform to do the search, if they are logged into Google, the search results returned will be, from the first instance, the closest results will be those that they've connected with. So those on social media that they are connected with, the results of those people, if those people have shared anything about that topic, will be shown first. Now, there's a little toggle in the top right-hand corner. You can toggle between your world and everyone. So you can still see the results of everybody, but by default, it's going to return results of people that you've connected with. So can you see how it's really now important to get onto Google Plus and start connecting with people, which is adding them to your circles, and we'll cover that in a moment. But it's really important to start bringing Google Plus into your online strategy for your business, because it affects the search results. It affects how people find you. So start to think about that for your business and how that can impact you. So we're going to look at Google Basics today. We're going to look at the home stream, profile, circles, photos, Hangouts, which are really cool, Sparks, and then pages. So like Facebook pages, like LinkedIn pages, Google Plus has plus pages as well. So you can set those up for your business for people to find you through searches and sharing information also. Okay, so just a quick look at the Google icons, because Google likes to do things really graphically. So you've got your circles, Hangouts are the little camera-looking thing. Then you've got home, pictures, your profile, and Sparks. Now, Sparks I'll cover in a moment as well, but you won't. Sparks, it's a little more difficult to find, and I'll show you how you do find it, and you won't see that symbol unless you've actually created what's called a Spark, which is a search, but we'll cover that in a moment.